Sentinels.
Getting enough info as to what's really going on, and you see, as we see the map kind of lean back towards A. A couple of members across the middle of the map. Locky is the first one to fall.
Yeah, he was the solo man there as well. It's all up to Karen here.
With a classic light armor, the wall will conceal their movements. As Texture tries to get a little active, Texture was an absolute demon the last two times these teams faced off.
Yeah, he absolutely shut Zekin out of the series. And he just shut down Celsius.
At least out of this round, Meteor with a nade and a flash at his feet will fall at the hands of Zekin as TenZ looks to get a little bit more active, will connect onto Munchkin. Numbers the way of the attack in a massive amount too, and it's not getting any better for the #1 seed from the APAC region. Sentinels win the pistol, and very quickly,
You get more confident in the calling, start getting better reads.
oh, they've got him figured out. They spotted him.
That was a tough one.
He was there in the previous round too.
And Sentinels have a good idea of when a player's playing pushed up like that and they're solo to go through the door, the revolving door. No one has met them there yet.
The look back towards A. Texture getting through the ult. He's got a big timing here. A wide swing and 2 kills found. Again, heroics from Texture. But the counterpunch comes through at just the right time. Second down low, spotting one, trying to switch to the weaker weaponry and not finding a kill. Now 2v2, the pit invested TenZ on the prowl. It's an alarm bot keeping him just a little bit further back. His Meteor waltzes into his death, right into the crosshair of the controller. Munchkin does the same.
TenZ too fast in these moments. Sentinels don't want to let GenG come back into this round with a free pick. That's why they're grouping up. They're death balling right now.
And remember, Karen has had this aggressive angle many of the defensive rounds that they've played. Are they expecting it here?
Even if they are, I mean, it's so tough. He's ahead of this Viper
so
wall.
far
Oh
ahead.
my
You're
gosh! What was that peek from Zekin though? Instas, and they're just gonna run through the door like they have been this entire time.
Perpendicular walls keeping these two teams apart. As one of them goes down, Munchkin gets ahead of it. Zekin on the jump spot. They understand the threat that's on the other side, and now they decide to wait it out. They're beckoning the fight to come to them. Either you wait out the lockdown, or you fight us.
It got spammed.
Destroyed, and now Texture not able to hold the line, not able to keep up the resistance. The pit invested, Munchkin trying to trace over. Snaps back onto Munchkin, or onto Sasi, excuse me, but Meteor's left alone. Sentinels get to 7. But Sentinels have the numbers advantage. No paranoia to speak of, no smokes, nothing like that. But TenZ has a Sheriff and light armor.
Oh! Zekin also has a sheriff to his name. Oh, but he's gonna get taken out right here. The proactivity in the post plant. Munchkin getting 2.
Not able to find safe passage, not able to get across. I cleared out, now without getting a tag. TenZ getting the best of Karan, and now Munchkin left alone, a 1v2. Difficult to win, but possible. Just not the case this time. Again, pistols were elusive to them. Achilles was talking about that on the desk and how it seemed like that needed to be a big part of their success on Lotus, and it hasn't really been much to speak of, to be honest.
And do you still opt to clear out that very, very close corner on Zekin after you use that? I guess somebody could have sneaked in.
This cross is crazy, but Sasi was the backup. He was the reinforcement. So Paranoia is out. It's going to tag up Zekin as well. It's just buying time. Wow! With the nade out, still manages to get one. But Karen on the equalizer. Celsius now aggressive with the Spectre upgraded in the hands of Munchkin. Can he hold the line? Finding all 3!
Strike down A.
Meteor's Marshall finally besting him.
30 seconds left.
But he's now left in a 1v2, upgrading to a Vandal. No armor. Challenged in the smoke. Challenged in the map. Sentinels get to 9. Paranoia out, the spit goes through. Zekin has to take a step back. But with Celsius and TenZ fighting over his shoulder, it's all safe.
One enemy remaining.
Annihilated from the very beginning of the round. The door's tapped, the Honko's up, no target found, Sasi's dead.
Oh,
TenZ,
he's playing this crazy.
he slipped the net.
Oh my gosh.
The Fox is in the den and Meteor is dead.
They're not reading into it. Last time around we saw Sentinels use that same alarm bot. They ended B.
They're committing to this.
Showstopper committed.
The B site is empty, but they've popped the 2 ults and the Paranoia out.
Oh. Zekin just stole that one away, opening the door himself.
The spike does go down though. No ults on the side of Sentinels.
And that does Meteor fallen. So that gives Celsius this timing.
The smoke keeping them apart. 2 targets found, only 1 claimed. Munchkin, who was so far up at the very beginning, still playing out towards stairs. TenZ besting him. Numbers the way of the defense. And Ob still in the hands of Zekin. A difficult weapon to pull this off with.
He's got to be the one that gets on the spike, allow his teammates with the rifles.
I don't know if he has
to
the tools
stick
for this.
He's got to hit the shot here.
Aaron's the first to fall. Texture's by himself. Second hits the shot. The defuse comes through. Sentinels get to map point.
We said it against FPX. Zekin looked amazing with that operator. And he's continuing that onward here. He's sitting at 20 kills. He opens the door. Takes his own peek here. And it's against Meteor. Ball players.
And you're right, you
enemy
mentioned it.
remaining.
That's what allowed the timing for Zellsis to crunch up mid. And it looks like we're due for a Clash A main. Again,
It's a force.
this could be a mess. I mean, almost everyone is here. Both Paranoia's traded. Texture's down. Raid box falls. And now the ult popped. But it looks like it's a little short. And so both teams refusing to relent on this area of the map. But Zekin looking to take us to Icebox. And barring a miracle for Meteor, that's exactly where we're headed. GenG decided to take the fight where Sentinels have succeeded this entire half, and it was ill-advised.
Wow.
13-9 as Lotus goes the way of Sen City.
Wow, what a map so far. If this is what we have in store, this is insane.
Right now, they've got a Vandal, a Guardian, light armor. But Sentinels did just show us it doesn't really matter the size of the gun in the fight. Second so far up, but he's been caught, he's been had, he's been found. A life donated here.
Very risky play from Zekin there with no real support. Johnny didn't have an angle.
No, he had no way to help him.
Yeah. And that's kind of uncharacteristic from Sentinels with the way they played the last map. They didn't really go for risks like that on the defensive side when they knew they had a clear advantage. So maybe a little bit too overconfident, a little too overeager, but a lot of info gathered from TenZ.
Yeah, that little pixel angle, calling the rotate back A. Zellsis will have a lot on his hands. And that knife tagging means the utility's not going to be a part of the equation for a little bit. But in and out behind the wall, finding lethality and getting away.
Bomb grenade out.
Even numbers it is.
Yeah, they've still gotten out towards the site. Spike should be able to go down. I don't know if there's anything that Sentinels have to deny this. And now the lockdown early.
Yeah, this is going to create chaos for Zellsis, but he's still going for it.
Seems like he's just going to try to get a parting gift. Even if he gets detained, he's got help. The problem is, what he doesn't have a ton of is time. Meteor's down. Crispy shot out from TenZ, and now the rest of the defense starting to creep their way forward. The flash over the wall. GenG giving so much respect and giving so much space here. Again, all of the post-plant utility gone. 2 Vandals in the hands of GenG. Lakia 1 away from having his Thrash online. They're waiting for the swing, and there it is. Lakia down. Zellsis will get it to half. Munchkin's by himself. Can he stop it? No. Sen City get to 4.
These retakes from Sentinels are so good on A site so far. Complete control and patience in the approach. And then they're fighting together. I mean, it was a firing squad that everybody in that post plant had to deal with. Munchkin, had he taken a little bit more of a step out, that spray would have connected, but it just wasn't quite there.
And so they've gotten out onto A. They should be able to get the spike down. I thought it might go over to Karam because he was 1 away from the pit, but it's Munchkin who sinks the spike into the soil of the site. Knife out. Understanding there is a little bit of presence. Zellsis further up, but the rest of Sentinels not far off behind him. Again, these post plants that you mentioned, they've been so effective for Sentinels, but they're at a numbers disadvantage here. Can they convert again?
Oh my goodness.
That's such an aggressive lockdown. They've got to fight it. I don't think they can hold this back. JunQT has already gotten it to half. TenZ pushing forward. Just the threat. Just the distraction. Getting the kill too. Lakia and Karan left alone. And it's another round the way of Sentinels.
The retakes of Sentinels. Need I say more? It's too good. That's 5 diffuses. 5 spikes being planted for GenG and no conversion. And they're trying to swing together. But that aggressive lockdown, it created too much chaos. It creates a disconnect.
My brain is completely off right now. Peek.
Everyone was isolated. There's 3 members of Sentinels towards B. This is a perfect call from GenG.
Yeah, you got to be careful here, though. These gunfights are hard to win. A little bit of damage was dealt, yes. No targets found. The spit out first. Texture being down is a big one. Saucy also striking. And they've thrown GenG into disarray. The 3 remaining members have to take a step back towards long. TenZ on the swing. And it's a threat. It's a tap. It's a bait. They've got to do something to try to dissuade and try to distract some of what Sentinels are trying to do here. But they've been pushed so far back. GenG cannot find an opening. They cannot find a way in. Sentinels punch back. They're not out of the woodworks yet. Oh, Meteor swinging into his death. I thought he had the timing on him, but he did not. Munchkin cannot do it on his own. Second asks for it. Sentinels get 7. Second's gonna get gooped. Texture's gonna get aggressive, but it's a Guardian shoved down his throat. The gun difference here for Sentinels, so nice. There's really no way for GenG to put up a resistance. They don't have the weaponry. They don't have the health. They don't have the personnel.
Spike planted.
Karen's gonna get his 1, but again, Second closes the round as Sentinels get to 9.
Texture wants blood. He's hunting for it, but it looks like SEN have something cooked up. A little pop flash play, perhaps.
Will he find a target? He's taken the line. Nothing found yet.
Look at this from SEN.
This freeze is crazy, but the problem is they're on the clock. You can't stay in this state forever.
Look at the mini-map. Just biding their time. It's a free B site right now.
Second with a massive shot. The op is down. Locky and Munchkin with 2 ults. Rotating back B, and there it is, the first popped. Saucy managing to get the spike down, though, as TenZ. Back sight, plucking one down, trying to turn the flash, succeeds, but dies. Now numbers still the way of Sentinels. With the spike down, John QT looks to get away. Couple of parting shots, his threats as Locky falls. Munchkin on his own, a 1v3. He's gotten it down to 1. A 1v1, can Munchkin deliver? Perhaps the biggest 1v1 of his career. The tap, there, the swing, but Zelsis walks out on top. Sentinels get to series point. Remember, on Lotus, they got to the 1-yard line, and then GenG put together a ferocious comeback, but it wasn't enough. Can they do it again? And can they close out the map here?
Sentinels are wise to something.
Yeah, the dizzy going up. They know.
And you can't recover that either, Doug.
Exactly, that's not a dizzy. They're going to be able to scoop back up.
Sentinels understood that they're at match point right now. It's elimination for GenG. Players get desperate at a time like this. They want to force things, make things happen. That's why you see a red wall across the board. Nobody has really pushed past the barrier.
That desperation can be a fine line, though.
I mean, look at the mini-map. From the start of the game, it was 3 players towards A, a shift towards mid now. There was a dagger used.
Texture's going to be called upon to deliver. The hour has struck. Can he arrive? No! Saucy overwhelms him. With the rest of Sentinels behind him, they push forward, looking to take A. Can Karen hold the line? The flash in his face, he will crumble too. Now just 1 rifle up for GenG. Hopes and dreams of a year, potentially falling short right now. Yes, they raised the trophy in Shanghai. But it would have been so much sweeter to do so in front of a home crowd. But now, Locky and Munchkin doing their best to keep this thing up, to keep it competitive. They're gonna have to navigate the pit. Every single member crumbling. Tonight, soul burns red. Sentinels survive.
It feels like SEN always take the hard route, Doug. And this one was really, really tough. What a fight from GenG. But it was SEN besting GenG on the maps that they bested them.